Neville is taking that title. Nothing is going to stop them. Long live the British Empire. El Idolo, though, is going to take a seat at ringside in this match, it seems. Braun Strowman saying that at New Year's Revolution, he wants the match to be an open challenge. He doesn't care if one person walks out or 10. Up and over that top rope goes McIntyre, and it has backfired. Low blow to the champ. No, Neville with a ladder into the face of Rollins, and the British Empire do stand tall. Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is ECW. Rest your weary little heads. The show of the week has arrived again, and I know that most people, most of the brands are trying to go somewhere else, trying to be fancy. We're always in Australia. Why would we do that when we can just go to the most famous arena in the world again and sell out the place? We're in Madison Square Garden once again here for another great episode of ECW. There was tons to discuss on last week's show, heading towards the next pay-per-view, of course, being New Year's Revolution. Plenty of that had to do with the man who you see is in the main event here tonight, Neville, heading out with the huge talking points, heading out standing above the ECW champion Seth Rollins. Rollins not here tonight, nursing a jaw and a nose injury from the ladder being struck into his face. He's fine. He'll be ready for New Year's Revolution, but he is not competing here tonight. Kenny Omega is, however, and he's going to be going up against the leader of the British Empire. And you better believe there's not going to be a surprise in my mind if when Neville comes out, Drew McIntyre is by his side. That wouldn't shock me in the slightest. That is all to come, though. That is our main event of the evening. There is plenty to talk about on this episode of ECW, no doubt about it. But we're going to start with a man who's very... what's the word I'm looking for? He's very distressed, I guess would be the best way of putting it. He is also very frustrated. That is John Cena. So let's start with him. And here he comes towards the ring. A very determined look on the face of Cena, a guy who, to the best of my knowledge, we haven't seen since Survivor Series when he suffered that fairly crushing defeat to Roman Reigns. It was something that it's something I don't think Cena has still recovered from either. It was a tragic loss for him in many regards. He had fought so long and hard to get that match with Reigns. He got the match finally, and at the end of it, Reigns was just a class above him. Cena was hanging in there. Cena was fighting. Cena was doing everything in his power to win, but in the end, it just wasn't enough. So now I wonder what is on Cena's mind. For the first time since Survivor Series, and exactly what I just discussed, Cena saying that the loss hurt him. It struck a chord within him that he wasn't prepared for, and it is something that he still hasn't recovered from. All of that training was for nothing. All of the talk was for nothing. In the end, it felt like John Cena was put down by Roman Reigns, and it is something that Cena just isn't pleased with. Fair enough. I mean, I can understand where he's coming from. Cena saying that he's not going to have another year where it's just him lingering around, another year of failures to sit on, and another year with no success. Cena wants to end this year on a high and head into the next year thinking about what the very best could hold for him. And the best way that Cena knows to take care of that is at New Year's Revolution. Interesting idea. And so Cena going to cut it to the chase right now. He has said that he wants to have a match at New Year's Revolution. And it doesn't matter to Cena who he gets on this roster. He will fight absolutely anyone, because he needs to prove to himself and to everyone that John Cena is not going to be another failed star on ECW. This is his time and his year. He just needs the opponent. Oh my God, no! No! Oh no! No! You were kidding me! He's here! No! Why is he here? Corin's on ECW! And he's going after Cena! DDT to Cena now! Trying to get away from John Cena here! Trying to get away from Corin right now is Cena, but Corin blasting it from behind! Oh my God, don't tell me this is the man! Don't tell me this is the man to take him up on his challenge! Clock strikes 12. Corin's officially arrived to ECW, and he's gone right after John Cena in the process. Oh no. Corin's gonna be at New Year's Revolution, isn't he? Oh my god, I'm not gonna get over that, am I? That is a surefire way to start off this episode. And it's Nightmare Fuel to go with it. Corin is on ECW. Officially. Oh god. I thought I could get away with him. I thought he'd gone back into Recluse after Armageddon, but clearly not. Clearly that wasn't the case at all. Because that man is here. And he's gone after Cena. And it doesn't seem like you need to be an advanced mathematician to know why he's gone after Cena. Right after Cena said he wanted an open challenge. Corin returns to his old stomping grounds in New York. But not the Hammerstein Ballroom this time, in Madison Square Garden, to attack John Cena and to finally arrive on ECW. I hope he's gone. I hope he's gone right now, because otherwise this entire show could end up in jeopardy. It's that simple. Please tell me that Corin isn't here. Please tell me he's gone, he's left, he's whatever. Even if he just walked out of the front door, I wouldn't care. I would just want him gone from this show, so you can actually have a show to talk about. Fingers crossed. Nevertheless, it is time to continue on, or to start ECW pretty much in terms of the in-ring action. And we started off here with Andrade, Cien, Almas in-ring action against Apollo Crews. Well, last week was a very interesting outing for Andrade, Cien, Almas. Wasn't in action, but certainly left the evening with a lot to discuss after he went and turned his attention towards none other than El Ingobernable himself, Tetsuya Naito. Naito was getting ready for his matchup against Buddy Murphy when Andrade came out to the ringside and then distracted him enough to allow Buddy Murphy to take control in that match. No reason given, no knowledge why this happened. We don't know why. Andrade and Zelina have not said as to why it happened, but we know, what we do know is that it happened and that it did put a little bit of an impact on Naito's match, and it put an impact on the outcome as well. 3 Destinos later, Naito decided he had finally done enough to finish off Buddy Murphy. And well, yeah, he absolutely had done. So I wonder if anything will be made of that here tonight in ECW, as Andrade is is continuing on in-ring action. Undefeated, of course, since arriving to this universe, priding himself on that streak as well to go with it. And he's looking to continue it here tonight against a member of the Four Horsemen in Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews would be looking for a bounce back of something of this magnitude. That's for certain, but he's not really. He's been a little bit off edge recently. You look at the success of the Horsemen at Survivor Series, you look at the arrival of Oney Lorcan into the group, and Apollo Crews is a man struggling quite heavily right now. Lorcan's getting that preferential treatment. Maybe it's Apollo Crews' time to get some focus coming his way in order to make sure that he has a future within the Four Horsemen. He doesn't want to end up like Rich Swann, that much is for certain. So here we go. It is time to begin this contest. To start things off on ECW, Apollo Crews versus Andrade, Cien, Almas. And let's see what will happen here. Both men spent a little bit of time down in NXT. Apollo Crews in the early days of it. Andrade, Cien, Almas recently arriving on that brand. Spent 1 takeover there, got his win. And his belief about him being a top star reigned true when, just after the show there was takeover, he's getting a call from a certain someone asking him to show up on the A show. And days later, Andrade is on the A show. Continue on here anyway. He's already made like I said, regarding that whole Tetsuya Naito issue, he's already got himself a bit of an enemy, it seems, in this brand. It's a former close friend of his as well. I would love to know what is his ideology there, what is maybe, if it's him or Zelina Vega directing this, what their belief is for why they're doing this. I'd love to know. But as it currently stands, we've heard absolutely nothing about it, so we just got to go with what we know, and that is that these two guys have a shared past with one another. Both went their separate ways. But as we saw last week, things were rekindled between the pair. Get it won there by Andrade Cien Almas after that superplex, courtesy of Apollo Crews. Great move from Crews, but he cannot capitalize here. Andrade in with a counter. Dragon suplex, countered. Straight jacket, though, to the heavier Apollo Crews. Great strength shown from El Idolo. This match continuing on, though. Apollo Crews is in. We're in with a shout of getting a great upset here. We may need intervention. Oh, look at that. Destino of all moves to Apollo Crews. Will that end things here? Wow, Crews kicking out very early on. Certainly showing that while Apollo Crews can hit Destino, he can't hit it. Andrade can hit Destino. He can't hit it to the same caliber that Tetsuya Naito can. Great splash in the corner there by Apollo Crews. Showing how fired up he is in this one. Chin lock applied here. Can Andrade get himself out of this one? He most certainly can. And he'll chop that chest of Apollo Crews pretty damn heavily as well to go with it. Counter by Crews. Counter by Andrade. Up and over that top rope now goes Apollo Crews. Zelina Vega taking a step back. And this is why DDT. Not even a hangman's DDT there. Just locked him in that front face lock and let him fall. Apollo Crews couldn't even think about covering up there. That was a hefty drop for him to take. Still fighting on in this one. Great coverage being shown by Apollo Crews in this. He's certainly got the horseman fight within him. That has to be accountable for something. He's certainly got that never say die attitude within him. But can that help him towards victory? Can that guide him to a very surprising win over a man who is projecting himself for a future title, and has to be said, is looking like he is always on his way towards one as well. Andrade stopping in the corner, slapping Apollo Crews in the face, and now looking to end this thing right here, right now. In comes Apollo Crews. Hammerlock DDT from Andrade. Cover made. There's two, and there's victory. Andrade Cien Almas continues on his undefeated streak on ECW with a no end in sight for El Idolo. Another win. And the brainchild of Zelina Vega continues on the path for victory. Vega very proud of what she has produced on this show. Few months in and already making one hell of a statement for himself. Your winners, Andrade Cien Almas, as they celebrate with one another. It's only brief because things haven't ended here for these two. Andrade has taken the microphone now. Zelina Vega standing at ringside to watch on. What does he have to say here? This could be interesting. And it is Andrade directing himself towards his actions last week, saying that he had a lovely reunion with Tetsuya Naito, that was for certain, but Naito didn't seem that pleased to see him. And Andrade just wants to know why. Why was that the case? I thought they were supposed to be family. But all Naito could do was argue with Andrade. And for what? He was just coming to see an old friend of his. But in Andrade's eyes, if Naito wants to play that, and he knows Naito is backstage and he can listen up, Andrade is hunting for another victory. And what better way to make an immediate impact on ECW than to beat a two-time television champion? If Naito wants the friendship out of the window, so be it. Face him in New Year's Revolution and see what El Idolo is all about. And be careful what you wish for, Andrade, because here comes Naito. And the stare down is on between once good friends, now it seems enemies. Naito looking in the face of Andrade and pushing him as well. Naito getting one up on El Idolo, getting under his skin again, as only Naito can. Well, if those two want a match, if they want to stare each other down like that, if they want to fight, fine, you can have one. I'll set the date. New Year's Revolution. You're on. Andrade Cien Almas will face Tetsuya Naito. You're welcome. Let us move on here anyway. Let us continue on ECW to our next contest of the evening. And this one has to do regarding that ECW Cruiserweight Championship ladder match we have upcoming at New Year's Revolution. 6 men, of course, are competing in it. We saw 3 of them in action last week, and we're seeing 2 of them in action here tonight. 1-on-1 against each other, no less, as Zack Gibson goes 1-on-1 with an old rival of Zack Sabre Jr.'s in Mustafa Ali. ZSJ not here tonight. He is nursing the match he had with Seth Rollins last week. Gibson walks alone into this matchup this evening. Gibson, of course, was the last man to qualify. 5 were already selected. 1 had to qualify. It was either Gibson or Akira Tozawa, and as you can tell right now, it was Zack Gibson who won that match, and it is Gibson, as a result of it, who is going on to New Year's Revolution to make 1/3 of the field belong to the British Empire. That means, in theory, they have a 33% chance of walking out still with the Cruiserweight Championship in their possession. But doesn't mean to say that Zack Sabre Jr. has a 33% chance, because at the end of the day, he doesn't. He's got to do more to try and retain his title. He's only got a 1 in 6 chance. Nevertheless, here are one of the 6 men involved in that, and here are one of the 4 men that oppose the British Empire in Mustafa Ali. Ali, of course, has been hunting that Cruiserweight Championship since the very moment he arrived within this universe. Ali said from the moment he arrived, he didn't come here to be second best. He didn't come here just to play second fiddle to the rest of the division. He came here to be the champion. He came here to be the very best, and he could close out what has been a very entertaining 2018 for Ali and for us all watching Ali matches with that Cruiserweight title. This is now Ali's, I think it's only his 2nd chance at the belt, to be fair, because his first one was taken away from him by Drew McIntyre, if I remember rightly. Nevertheless, it's going to be a 6-man ladder match they're going to have to contest themselves in, something that may assist Ali more than it will Gibson, given that Gibson's much more of a mat-based British striking kind of wrestler, whereas Ali is a very high-flying kind of talent, and he is he's incredible at it as well. But here we go between these two now. Ahead of Ali, going into that turnbuckle over and over again, but finally Mustafa Ali able to bring that to an end there. It's double elbows though into his face for his troubles. Gibson turns him round. We're going to see here, pump handle, back suplex there, nasty landing. And Ali, I think his mentality for victory here has got to be speed. He's got to use the speed to his advantage to throw Gibson off his game, to make sure that Gibson's never really in a comfortable position either, in order to walk out with the win in this one. Gibson, in turn, has to keep Ali pinned to the mat, has to keep him down, has to keep working over body parts, just really beating him down in any way that he can to avoid Ali getting too into this match. I think the reality is that if Ali gets himself, if he's moving too quickly for Gibson, then the hope of a Gibson victory is gone for him. A twisting neck breaker there by Mustafa Ali. What's he going to do here? On the apron right now. Does Ali have something in mind? Through the ropes he goes. Missed it. Did avoid some kind of catastrophic impact. Oh, but did nail a great backstabber on Zack Gibson, regardless of it. Is Ali going to try this one again? No, he's just going to fly back in the ring. Frog splash back in. And Ali taking things up high now. He knows no limits, does Mustafa Ali. He'll take any risk. And there's a drop kick onto Gibson. Cover made here now on Gibson. Will this put him away? No. It's vital to try and get under your opponent's skin and wear them down before New Year's Revolution. At the end of the day, if you can hurt an opponent before a ladder match, that gives you a significant advantage, because, well, they need to be at peak physical condition in order to climb a ladder. It's not an easy thing to do, especially when you got 5 other men trying to climb the same thing as you. Gibson now working over the arm. Not a bad idea, but not enough to floor Mustafa Ali. Good Hurricanrana from Ali there. Decided not to go for a cover after it. Gibson, hammerlock DDT, he got him! Ali quick to move out of the way though after it, got him with a cracking forearm in the face. Counter here, Gibson in. Irish Whip now going to send Ali into the corner. Still all to play for. Good counter from Ali there. And another Hurricanrana, and down goes Gibson. Into the apron goes Zack Gibson as well. Could be interesting here to see what happens. Cracking forearm there from Zack Gibson again. Ali in to stop him there. As is Gibson. Look at these counters here from both guys. They're reading each other oh so well in this contest. Now throwing him up in the air. Gibson caught him. Tombstone. My goodness, what an impact for Ali, but he's right up to his feet. The heart of Ali is something else. That has to be said. The heart of Mustafa Ali is absolutely something else, and Ali going to risk it all. Hurricanrana from up high. Gibson down on the mat. Ali up high. What will he go for? Frog splash to Gibson. Into the cover. Looking to end it, and Gibson still kicking at it too. Ali, though, calling him up to his feet. Will this work the way that Mustafa Ali wants it to? Through the ropes he goes. Yes, it will. Great neck breaker. And now up on the top rope. Ali in. Oh, 5, 4. And 1, 2, 3 follows it. Mustafa Ali wins again. And a much needed win for Ali heading into New Year's Revolution. The 054 gets the 1, 2, 3, and oh, no. Ali, turn around. Turn around, there's Sabre Jr. Dragon suplex on the Cruiserweight Champion. Wasn't even supposed to be here this evening. Zack Sabre Jr. was not supposed to be here at all, but he's going after Ali, and he's trying to break the legs of him with that figure 4 leg lock. This is typical British Empire mentality. Target someone after they're down. And Gibson paved the way for Sabre Jr. to do as he pleases. Trying to just rip at this body right now. Look at that. Look how far he's bending that arm back. Zack Sabre Jr. just trying to hurt Ali before New Year's Revolution. No surprise, the British Empire going that way. Sickening. And here shall come our next contest here. It is, for the first time since joining Downfall, Wolfe in one-on-one action. That being said, it is of course the usual leading of Downfall towards the ring. The ECW Tag Team Champions leading the way. So they are member to make his in-ring debut. These guys of course preparing for a tough matchup at New Year's Revolution. They will square off of course against none other than the Good Brothers as they battle for the ECW Tag Team titles. What a match that is going to be. There's no other way of saying it. When Downfall and the Good Brothers meet, it's going to be something else to bear witness to. The current greatest team in the world against the in terms of form, the best team in the world right now against, in my eyes, the greatest tag team there is out there. And I simply cannot wait for it. I cannot wait to see what will happen in that match. I can't wait to see what they're willing to sacrifice in order for victory, and who will walk out with that win as well. But as for tonight, it's a proving point for Wolfe to show what he is made of within Downfall, to show that he has excelled far greater than he ever did within MK Ultra. Much the same as how Harper has done leading this faction. Downfall has been ruthless and has been lethal since their arrival, but it is Downfall who take a step back here tonight, but remind everyone truly what their dominance is about as we await the in-ring return, essentially, because it's been a very long time for Wolfe. Alright, well, it is Wolfe's time in action. Been called upon by Downfall to compete here. Oh my goodness, running neckbreaker right out of the get-go, and Downfall standing a little bit further away, more so on the stage than anywhere to watch on this one. Leaving Wolfe in the ring to compete how they would expect him to. This is all about showcasing Wolfe's talents, as of course Downfall prepare for the tag team title matchup they have at New Year's Revolution against the Good Brothers. Of course, what a title match that is going to be to close out the year. As for right now, this is all about Wolfe in action here. This is the first time that Wolfe has been in ring since joining Downfall at the start of this series of Universe. And this is all about letting everyone know, really, regardless if you're the Good Brothers or anyone in the tag division or anyone in ECW, Wolfe is a dangerous man to contend yourself with. He always has been, and he always will remain so. We saw him in MK Ultra. He struggled to excel really under Raven, but now under this new leadership from Harper and Rowan, this could be where Wolfe could truly start to make a name for himself. Big chop in the chest there. Strike after it here. Local talent with a big spine buster in there, going into the cover here on Wolfe, trying to spoil things for him, and he kicks out right away. That Wolfe right back up to his feet and making him pay. Up and over to the outside now. Clutching his ribs on the landing. Wolfe definitely showing no remorse as he threw him up and over. Throat chop as well to go along with it. And I look over at Downfall and they seem very pleased with what they're watching right now. The aggression shown by Wolfe is exactly what they wanted to see. Counter there, jawbreaker, and back he runs into the ring. It's so wise to want to fight against Wolfe like this. Look at this body lock applied now. That is a strong hold to have locked in. Wolfe just yanking, tearing at the body and the arm as well. Look at that. That is a painful hold to find yourself in, and a victory here for Wolfe could put him in the talking points for that open challenge for Braun Strowman for the television championship. Previously talked about it, how, well, I talked about it last week really, how Braun doesn't care who he faces, he'll face whoever, and he will look to retain his ECW television championship. As Strowman said, it doesn't matter to him if one person or 10 people show up, Strowman will retain the title, will defend the title to go along with it. Right now what we're watching is Wolfe staking his claim on ECW and showing he is not just there to stand beside Downfall, he is there to be a member of it. On the outside we are once again. This beatdown is just showing no remorse. The outside game is definitely... Oh my goodness, look at this. Belly to belly almost into that announce table there. Jesus Christ, Wolfe is just showing no signs of care or remorse or sorrow for what he's doing here. He might have busted him. He did bust him open off of that. And then just throws him back in the ring. This match is undoubtedly done for already, but Wolfe just wants to end things here. Fireman's carry incoming. And Wolfe believes that is enough. Will it be so? Yes, it will. That was easy. Wolfe with a very quick and decisive win on ECW. And he made it look easy in the process. There is the man of Downfall. No longer standing beside them, standing with them in the cause for victory. And you can see that there's Rowan on the outside just staring on. This is a message certainly to the Good Brothers as well. When that match happens, watch out for who stands on the outside. Wolfe could well make an impact in that one and could well cost the Good Brothers a chance at those tag team titles. We'll see about that at New Year's Revolution. I imagine the Good Brothers are currently backstage taking notes of everything as they prepare to look for a 5th tag team title reign. There has been plenty to look at here tonight in regards of New Year's Revolution when it comes to this show. However, now it is time to step back and watch a great bit of action as Adam Cole goes one-on-one against Austin Aries. Maybe this could be something to do with New Year's Revolution, I don't really know. Maybe this could be something to do with that television championship. Truth be told, I don't know in many ways. Whatever. I'm just here for a good match. And that is undoubtedly what we're going to get between these two guys. Stars, world-class talents, outstanding athletes. All of these words can be used to describe these two guys in action here tonight. Austin Aries and Adam Cole, completely and utterly incredible athletes. Aries, of course, one of the most successful guys in this universe, one of the longest serving, and on top of that has the most titles of anyone in this universe with, is it 3 or 4 world titles? 4 world titles. An intercontinental title, 2 intercontinental title reigns. An ECW Tag Team title reign, one of them, yes. Cruiserweight title reign, and I think there's one more title I'm missing. I'm missing one more title. Oh, and of course a Royal Rumble victory as well for him as well. So he's achieved a lot. I'm pretty sure he has 9 titles within this universe, and there's just one that I cannot remember for the life of me. Regardless of any of that, Austin Aries is without a doubt a star. He has been a star from day one, and he has continued to be a star here in this universe. A true veteran of this thing, taking on a guy who made an almighty return on the first edition of ECW of this series. Adam Cole finally returned after months away and has signed with ECW after being sent away from Monday Night Raw. Cole ready to go here. And he is more than ready to compete as well. Think about it. Cole right now doesn't have a match scheduled for New Year's Revolution, and he is just coming off the back of being pinned at Survivor Series by Hiroshi Tanahashi. This is a must-win scenario for Adam Cole right now. He needs to prove that it is no fluke why he was at the very top of Monday Night Raw at the start of this year. Why he deserves to be a star on ECW to go along with it. Will that be the case or not? We will find out. That much is for certain. Cole ready to go in this one, as am I. Aries standing on the outside, and like I said, you know, regardless of whatever happens here tonight, we'll just do a very entertaining contest at the end of it all. I honestly don't mind who wins this one, because I think whoever wins this has earned it, truth be told. So, this is certainly a match that both guys would like to win. Maybe both guys need to win, but of course, only one can win. And we're about to find out which one that will be. So here we go between these two. Aries and Cole locking horns for the time being in this match. Big super kick early on from Adam Cole. They're hitting hard and hitting fast as well. Striking on Austin Aries here. Nice chop in the chest. Front face lock again. Knees him in the face. Austin Aries a little bit slow off the mark in this one, has to be said. Oh, good counter there. Oh, no. Blasted him with that kick in the face there that sent him to the outside to go with it. Adam Cole off to a fired up start against Austin Aries. Aries laying on the mat right now. Cole going high risk, and it went for that elbow drop. Aries was already moving out of the way, so that was an easy escape for him. And Cole, as a result of it, takes a hefty tumble into that turnbuckle. Remains there. Tornado DDT by Cole. Sorry, to Cole. Aries can finally get something going in this matchup now, it seems. And let's see just what he can do. Snapmares him down. Elbow on the top of the head. And it's Austin Aries now who is taking control, but only briefly. Great counter by Adam Cole there. Couldn't capitalize. Backbreaker into a Russian leg sweep there from A-Double. Austin Aries feeling very confident right now as he hits a gorgeous elbow drop on Adam Cole. What a difference a year makes for Adam Cole as well. A year ago he was fighting to end the Bullet Club, having led it for so many months. And now he's on ECW looking to make himself a star by his own name, by his own name value. Aries in, went for the 450, same thing as what happened earlier. Cole was already out of the way, and that made it even easier to avoid. And as a result of that, a hefty German suplex will be struck on Austin Aries. The forearm, Aries able to almost shrug it off there. And send Adam Cole into the turnbuckle. Cole responds with a good counter. Sends Aries into the turnbuckle now. Kick in the gut. And a face across the ropes there. Much no remorse shown from Adam Cole. And a Disrespectful slap in the face to go with it as well. Cole now will take things up to the top rope again. Will this time be the time that it works? Yes, it will. Big splash from Cole. Covers Aries. Is it enough? No. Aries in with a counter there. Nice elbow in the face. And a step up in Zaguri to follow up after it as well. This match been really turning back and forth. Neither guy really able to control the match for too long. Oh, Aries went for some kind of a drop kick maybe. Ended up hitting hard as a result of it. Cole now. That reverse DDT. Oh, here we go. Cole going to look to end things right now. Panama Sunrise. And Adam Cole may well have just beaten Austin Aries. No, Aries kicks at it too. No luck there for Cole. Austin Aries staying in this. Crucifix by Aries as well from out of the blue. And now Aries fired up maybe. Cole slow up to his feet, but able to hit that elbow there and get a moment to respond in this one. Adam Cole now locking head between the legs and driving it into the mat as well. Great bit of work from Cole. Does Adam Cole have anything else in store right now? He's looking a little bit dazed, and that allowed Austin Aries to quickly get himself back in this one. Double clotheslines from Aries. Triple clotheslines as well, and in the turnbuckle ends Adam Cole. As a result of it, Austin Aries in position now. Off the ropes. Discus forearm in the face of Cole. And taking it into his own hands to work on the leg. Aries going as far as removing the turnbuckle pad right now. What's that all about? Aries, it seems, wants to go to a wait. No. That may have just been an afterthought, because here it is. Last chancery is applied on Cole. Will Cole submit to the last chancery? Not a chance. Not enough done to make sure that Adam Cole would stay down in this one. Referee's attention turning now to the turnbuckle pad, but it's no bother. Adam Cole with a German suplex, retaking control in this one. Kick in the gut, and again the face in the ropes. Not a nice impact at all. Big counter there by Aries. Super kick in the gut. Went for a big boot. Aries got another counter in. Went for a drop kick. Adam Cole able to counter it. Running drop kick. Aries counters it. Punch countered. Float over DDT. What a sequence from both men. Giving it their all for victory right there, but it's Cole who looks like he wants to end this. Last shot from Cole. And that could be, well, no. Aries able to respond. Went for the chop. Oh, but Adam Cole hitting with one harder back. In the turnbuckle we are now. And Adam Cole has him right where he wants it. Takes the leg out from underneath him again. Set up for the other variation. Panama Sunrise connects. Referee slow in to count, but in to make the count. And in to grant Adam Cole the win as well. It was a back and forth contest. Both guys gave it whatever they could, but is your winner. Cole walks out with a much needed win there and shows what he is all about here on ECW. Could Adam Cole challenge Braun Strowman for the television championship come New Year's Revolution? I wouldn't put it out of the equation to see something like that happen. Once again, even in defeat, Austin Aries doesn't lose anything of his legacy and continues to show even now that he still has what it takes to hang with some of the very best in ECW. Now, though, it's time to move on to our main event, and it's a very interesting one at that. Kenny Omega, of course, one-on-one against Neville. Strap yourselves in, because a great main event is on its way. Kenny Omega, ready for this one. Ziggy is up for this contest against Neville. Omega, of course, will face Drew McIntyre at New Year's Revolution. He will square off against a man who has become his bitter rival over these last few weeks. One-on-one. But as for now, Kenny Omega has to deal with the leader of the British Empire and a man he has faced more than once as well in Neville. These two guys have met before, and Omega prepares for a hard-hitting contest between them as well. Of course, this is all about Omega trying to gear himself up and trying to get under Drew McIntyre's skin, as he has managed to do so over the last few weeks. Of course, we saw McIntyre fail last week to get one up on Kenny Omega, try to attack him from behind following Omega's match against Hiromu Takahashi. That backfired on him. He ended up taking a trip over the top rope. Kenny Omega, though, looking to continue that on here tonight. Imagine what a win over Neville, the #1 contender to the ECW Championship, would do to Kenny Omega, not only heading into New Year's Revolution, but heading out of it as well. That would do an awful lot for Kenny Omega, there's no doubt about it, but in the same breath, the man he is taking on is, of course, the #1 contender for a reason, and he is a man who, after last week, has got to feel on top of the world. It was Seth Rollins against Zack Sabre Jr. Neville was at ringside, even got thrown out for his involvements in the match, and then following that, he took it upon himself to rush back down the ramp, low blow Seth Rollins, and then with a ladder in the face to Rollins, hence why Rollins isn't here tonight, sadly. I can confirm the match is still going ahead for New Year's Revolution. It will be a normal one-on-one match. I have no intentions of changing that right now. Certainly not to a ladder match, given the fact that there already is a ladder match on the show. But there is the man who I talked about previously, the man who I said don't be shocked if he's at ringside with him, and I am not, because Drew McIntyre is standing with Neville right about now. Neville ready for this match with Omega, as he is ready to try and take the crown away from Seth Rollins and deny him 500 days as ECW champion at New Year's Revolution, the final pay-per-view of the year. Will that go the way that he desires? We'll find out. What I do know is that it is the main event of ECW, and it is go as of right about now, and Omega from the start went to go for a V-trigger early on, then Neville countered and kicking the leg out from underneath Omega. Maybe the same thing that we saw last week with Sabre Jr. and Rollins. So Sabre Jr. working over the leg of Rollins, and Rollins told me when he came backstage, even after the attack with the ladder, that his leg hurt the most. He felt the pain in the leg that Sabre Jr. had done. And that could be a factor. Whether or not Rollins tweaked his knee in the process, we don't know. He wouldn't reveal that to me. But he did tell me that regardless of it, he's ready to compete at next weekend's New Year's Revolution, and ain't nothing going to stop him from getting revenge on Neville now, because all of a sudden, after last week, it's become a lot more personal between the two, as Neville thinks he has an empire on his way. Seth Rollins, of course, wants to continue to rule ECW. You may not have a side on this one. You may not be able to pick a side on this one. Truthfully, whatever. Do as you please. You know who I'm going to be siding with. You know, and I'm not going to turn my back on him either. This is Seth Rollins ECW, and he's going to hold on to it as well. Insult attempt there. Oh, nasty landing for Neville. Didn't connect with it. Discus forearm attempt. Counter there. As much as I've had problems with Omega in the past for his dealings with Seth Rollins, I would love for him to beat Neville here tonight, to shut up Neville as well, and really set Neville back a few pegs heading into New Year's Revolution, and make him realize that he can't even beat the guy who failed to beat Seth Rollins twice on the pay-per-view. See, on the pay-per-view stage, what makes him think that Neville is going to be the one to do it. Big uppercut though by Neville out of the turnbuckle there. Neck crank after it as well, and now looking at the downed Kenny Omega, struggling to get up to his feet right now. Despite being still about that 190 stage, Neville is pound for pound incredibly tough, what he's able to do and how he's able to put it off as well. And look at that, right in front of McIntyre now. Went to strike there. McIntyre awfully close to Omega, and I think that's why Omega had to get back in the ring as quick as he did. He may have feared that McIntyre may have tried something on him. Of course, that would have resulted in a DQ win for Kenny Omega, though. Neville's done far more in this match than Kenny Omega has so far, has to be said. Maybe there is a side to Omega that has, because of McIntyre at ringside, that has shaken up Omega a little bit. Whichever way you look at it, Neville's fighting tough right now, has to be said. Float over DDT incoming. No. Omega denying it there. Good stuff. V-trigger from Omega as well. Showing a lot of fight in this one right now is Kenny Omega, as is Neville. Two of the biggest matches set up for New Year's Revolution. And after everything that's happened tonight, we have a card completed for that event as well. We started off the night in a way that I would have never wanted to, and I never dreamed of ever happening. It's the nightmare that has come true, really, on ECW with the arrival of Corin. It has happened, and now we are going to be seeing him at New Year's Revolution. I do imagine. Neville going to go for Rings of Saturn. Neville going to look for the Rings of Saturn here early on. Has it locked in on Omega. Could the two-time King of the Ring be forced to submit here? Kenny Omega wouldn't want to tap out this easily and this close to New Year's Revolution, and he isn't, elbowing his way out of that hold. Good work there by Omega, keeping himself in it. What a DDT from him as well. Outside of the ring again goes Neville. And Omega pointing the trigger right at Neville there. Hurricanrana attempt maybe, but instead Neville just hit his ass on the floor. Tragic shame. And the turnbuckle. Launching his body there at Neville. Certainly a rather unorthodox move, but that is just straight power from Kenny Omega after it. Let's see what Omega has in store for us now. Lifting Neville up. Might have been thinking one-winged angel. Neville able to stop it. Suplex attempt maybe. Counter by Omega there. And a good counter at that to go with it. Kenny Omega now turning him round. Omega in position. V-trigger! Will that end things? No! A kick at it too by Neville. And the match as a result of it does indeed continue on. Counter there by Neville now. And up and over the top rope goes Omega. Look at how quickly Neville got himself back in this one there just after that V-trigger. And he's going right back after the former ECW television champion. I've got to say, Neville is certainly showing a better side to him, a different side to him. And I think last week had a lot to do with it, but Omega not backing down here. Strikes. Counter though by Neville. Neville has control at the moment, but Omega quick up to his feet to counter here. Irish whip attempt incoming. McIntyre! Oh! McIntyre taken. No! Neville from behind as well. Oh, this can't be right. My goodness, a cheap attack there. McIntyre getting involved and has now cost Kenny Omega drastically. Reverse Hurricanrana there by Neville to Omega, and things could be on their way towards the end, and it's all because of Drew McIntyre. Shining wizard there after it. All the work done on the head and the neck now, all to result in this. And Neville has Drew McIntyre to thank for Kenny Omega tapping out. An undeserved win for the British Empire. Strength in numbers is how they come out with the win. And I hate it. Omega in the ring, and the only reason he lost is because of that man out there. And McIntyre sliding a chair into the mix now. This is taking things a step too far. Wait a minute. Here comes Rollins. Of all the people to save Kenny Omega, it's Seth Rollins. Neville and McIntyre in retreat from Seth Rollins, and Rollins helping Omega up to his feet. But these two rivals are never going to see eye to eye. Rollins batting away Omega and leaving him to stand in the ring. They may well have a common enemy, but that does not make them allies. Seth Rollins has and will always do things his way, the right way.